In a lively village in Nigeria, two sisters, Adaobi and Ifeyinwa, lived in a world of rivalry. Their mothers were enemies, casting a shadow over the bond they could have shared. Despite Adaobi's kindness, Ifeyinwa pushed her away, believing her sister's love was fake. One day, Adaobi helped an elderly woman and formed a special bond with her son, Chike. As their lives intertwined, jealousy brewed in Ifeyinwa's heart when Adaobi found happiness. In a desperate act, Ifeyinwa sought help from a juju man to regain control over her son's affections. But in her haste, Ifeyinwa made a grave mistake that would change their lives forever. The shocking truth of their switched babies would unravel the fabric of their family ties. From envy to madness, the sisters' story became a cautionary tale for all. In the end, love triumphed over jealousy, reminding everyone of the power of family. In a vibrant village nestled in the heart of Nigeria, there lived two sisters named Adaobi and Ifeyinwa. Their father, a man of considerable standing in the community, had taken two wives. Adaobi was the daughter of his first wife, while Ifeyinwa was born to his second wife. Despite their shared blood, the two sisters had never been close. Their mothers had been sworn enemies for many years. Adaobi, the elder sister, had always longed for the warmth of sisterly love and had made countless attempts to extend a hand of friendship to Ifeyinwa. However, her efforts were met with suspicion and rejection as Ifeyinwa believed that her sister was merely pretending to care. This bitterness was palpable, and it cast a long shadow over what could have been a beautiful bond. One sunny afternoon, while visiting the bustling local market, filled with vibrant colors and lively sounds, Adaobi, a kind-hearted young woman, stumbled upon a stunning dress that seemed to sparkle in the sunlight. She envisioned how lovely it would look on her sister Ifeyinwa, who was known for her beauty, and decided to buy it as a gesture of goodwill. However, when she presented the gift, Ifeyinwa recoiled in disgust, claiming the dress was cursed. This rejection shattered Adaobi's heart. She had genuinely wanted to show her love for her sister, hoping to mend the rift between them. Years passed, and despite Adaobi's relentless efforts to bridge the gap, her attempts continued to be in vain. Life moved along until one day, while on her way to the farm, Adaobi encountered an elderly woman struggling to carry a heavy basket on her head. Compassion filled Adaobi's heart as she approached the old woman, offering her help despite the woman's initial reluctance. After some persistence, the old woman relented, and together they walked towards the woman's home, where Adaobi learned of her gravely ill son. Upon arriving at the woman's house, Adaobi's heart went out to the sick boy lying shivering on a mat. Adaobi quickly asked if the boy had eaten that day, discovering that the old woman had been too busy harvesting crops to prepare a meal. Without hesitation, Adaobi took it upon herself to prepare a nourishing dish for the ailing boy, pouring her heart into the meal. By the time she finished, the sun had set, casting a soft glow over the village. Adaobi returned home, feeling fulfilled by her good deed. However, upon her arrival, she found her father in a fit of rage. "Papa, what troubles you?" she asked, her heart sinking as he shouted at her for returning home late. Just then, Ifeyinwa interjected, falsely claiming that Adaobi had spent the day with her boyfriend. This ignited their father's anger further, leading to accusations against Adaobi's mother for raising a wayward child. Ifeyinwa felt a twisted sense of triumph at her sister's distress, relishing the chaos. The following day, determined to check on the elderly woman and her son, Adaobi set out again. Upon arrival, she was overjoyed to see the boy eating the food she had prepared. He looked much healthier. The old woman, whose name was Mama Chike, expressed her heartfelt gratitude, introducing Adaobi to her son. As days turned into weeks, Chike and Adaobi developed a close friendship. Chike was quickly captivated by Adaobi's kindness and grace. One day, Chike, a hopeful young man, summoned the courage to ask for Adaobi's hand in marriage, his voice trembling with hope. Adaobi's heart leaped with joy at his proposal, and she eagerly anticipated the wonderful life they would share together. On a fateful afternoon, Chike visited Adaobi's home, accompanied by his two uncles to formally declare his intention to marry her. The excitement in the air was thick as traditional rites were performed, and soon, Adaobi became Chike's wife. Meanwhile, Ifeyinwa's mother was consumed with envy at the sight of Adaobi's happiness. Unable to bear the thought of her own daughter remaining single, while Adaobi was married, she coercively urged Ifeyinwa to accept the marriage proposal from the village drunkard, Okechukwu. Okechukwu, infamous for his alcoholism, had long harbored feelings for Ifeyinwa, but was previously rejected. However, with no other suitors approaching and under the pressure from her mother, Ifeyinwa reluctantly agreed to marry him, viewing it as a necessary evil. Months passed, and both sisters found themselves pregnant around the same time, a development that Adaobi hoped would bring them closer. She continued to reach out to Ifeyinwa, but her sister remained resolute in her bitterness. As the delivery dates approached, Chike had to travel to a neighboring village for work, leaving Adaobi in the care of her mother. On a night filled with stars as the village slept soundly, Ifeyinwa suddenly went into labor, her screams echoing through the quiet night. Her mother stayed by her side, offering support during the intense birthing process. Hours later, Adaobi also went into labor. Her mother, feeling unwell, couldn't assist her and begged Ifeyinwa's mother to help. The two women found themselves in a whirlwind of activity, attending to their respective daughters. Just a few hours apart, Ifeyinwa gave birth to a healthy baby boy, while Adaobi welcomed a beautiful baby girl into the world. The families rejoiced, their hearts swelling with love and gratitude. Adaobi, a caring mother, named her daughter Ma, while her sister Ifeyinwa chose the name Afam for her son. Despite the ongoing feud between their mothers, Ma and Afam formed a close bond that defied the bitterness surrounding them. As they grew older, Afam developed a deep affection for Adaobi, often seeking her company and wanting to be near her and Ma. This growing closeness sparked jealousy in Ifeyinwa, who felt threatened by the bond her son was forming with her sister Adaobi. Consumed by envy and desperation, Ifeyinwa turned to a notorious juju man in the village, seeking a way to regain control over her son's affections. After consulting the juju man, Ifeyinwa received a potion designed to create discord between Adaobi and her child. However, fearful of losing Afam in the process, Ifeyinwa made sure the charm would be harmless to him. The juju man agreed but warned her to be cautious. He required a drop of her blood and items belonging to both Adaobi and Ma for the charm to work effectively. Eager to see her plan come to fruition, Ifeyinwa hurried home, gathering items from Adaobi and Ma. However, in her haste, she inadvertently broke one of the juju man's essential rules. She included an item belonging to Ma, her own daughter. As Ifeyinwa performed the incantation, the atmosphere shifted ominously. Suddenly, Ifeyinwa lost control, becoming mad and running frantically around the village, her mind unraveling. The villagers, witnessing her erratic behavior, were drawn to her plight, seeking the wisdom of a seer to understand the cause of her madness. When the seer revealed the truth, that Ifeyinwa had unknowingly switched her daughter with Adaobi's baby at birth, shock rippled through the community. Adaobi was devastated to learn that Ma, the only daughter she had known all her life, was in fact Ifeyinwa's biological child, while Afam was hers. The realization hit hard, and Adaobi felt her heart shatter into a million pieces. All those years of animosity and jealousy could have been avoided if only their mothers had acted differently. Ifeyinwa, now suffering the consequences of her actions, was left in a state of despair, her mothering instincts overtaken by the madness that plagued her. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Afam moved out of Ifeyinwa's household to live with Adaobi, choosing to embrace the family he never knew he had. The village turned its back on Ifeyinwa and her mother, their reputations tarnished by the scandal that had unfolded. As the days turned into weeks, the villagers whispered about the tragic tale of Ifeyinwa's jealousy and deceit, while Adaobi and her children forged a new path together, finding solace in their newfound family dynamic. The sisters' story became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the destructive nature of envy and the importance of unity over division. Ultimately, what was once a tale of rivalry transformed into one of redemption, healing, and the undying bonds of family. Despite the pain and heartache, Adaobi and Ma thrived, their spirits unbroken by the shadows of the past. And so the villagers learned the lesson that deceit and jealousy could lead to tragic consequences for both the perpetrators and the innocent. They realized the importance of cherishing their blessings and focusing on nurturing the love that exists within their families. For envy could easily lead to unforeseen danger. Thus, the legacy of Adaobi, Ifeyinwa, Ma, and Afam became a story woven into the fabric of their village, echoing through generation after generation, a timeless tale of love, loss, and the enduring spirit of family.